Good morning from Corpus Christi, Texas. Actually, I'm a little bit outside of the county limits, but I'm still Corpus Christi real estate and more. I was inspired to do this video. I know I don't have to tell you why, but I am working with some clients that have owned their home for close to 30 years. Wow, 30 years. And it was very evident to me, not only because it's expected, but I could tell that the owner was a bit anxious and nervous, and this home is very dear to them. And so when it comes to selling a home, I mean, I've owned property for 2 years that I cared about. I was emotionally invested in because they represented certain things in my life, like my children or healing or freedom, And so your home that you sell may or may not have any emotional significance to you. Okay. But a lot of times it does. And so with that being said, preparing ahead of time when you're selling a home to understand that it may not sell quickly. It may not get the positive feedback you would expect it to have because you have a certain perspective on that home that maybe others don't have. You might see feedback as critical or negative when it's just simply factual. So there's a lot of things, to understand that. Look, what I encourage people to do is my Rottweiler's trying to play with me. Hold on. What I encourage my clients to do, whether they're buying or selling, is step back and detach yourself from the personal aspect of it. Look in as if you're a friend. Look in as if you're just watching a movie and you're watching this person who's selling their home, and their home has this feature and that feature, and maybe this deficiency and that deficiency, and look at the market information and compare your property. And it has to be like property, okay, in your neighborhood. You can look outside your neighborhood to get an idea of the bigger picture, but ultimately your neighborhood is going to be what the appraisers base their information off of and their value off of, okay? So with that being said, detach yourself emotionally and personally from your home and look at it like a fly on the wall. Look at it as someone who's just watching a TV show and learning all about the real estate and learning about the home and looking at the features versus these features and comparing it to the other homes like you're just watching a movie, because then you're just going to come to like a simple factual conclusion based on the information provided, and it's not personal. Okay. So then when you get those offers that say, well, the bedrooms are too small, or which I've had, or the yard is too small, or it's too dated, or I don't like the location, I don't like the neighborhood. You get it. It's not personal. It just is what it is. And it's not something that I can manage, right? It's nothing I can change about your home. Some people can afford to clean up their home and paint it and maybe do some updates and cleaning up. Others can't. So we have to do the best with what we have. Okay. And so once again, understand the value of your home and just be okay with reality. Okay. When you're buying a home, you have to understand the market. You have to understand how that home that you're interested in compares to the other homes. Is it priced well? Does it have features that sell? So let's say in 2-3 years, you get transferred or you have to move or whatever. We both know that I can sell that home for you and it would still be a home that is popular or desirable to people that will come in later to buy it, right? One of the things I explain to people is in our market, we have I would probably say 90% plus of the buyers want the primary bedroom downstairs. That is the former master bedroom, but we're calling it the primary bedroom. They want it downstairs. I know where I grew up, all the primary bedrooms were upstairs, and they were very nice homes and very nice locations and very expensive homes. But here it's not normal. And it's a cultural thing. I don't know. It is what it is. I mean, I've just sold hundreds of deals, and that's what they want. So it is what it is. It's not, well, why don't they want it? Why won't they? Good point. I mean, realistically, it's great because if you have all bedrooms upstairs, you're upstairs with the kids, your office is upstairs, you've got that extra space upstairs. And then that means you have more living space downstairs, right? When you have all the bedrooms upstairs, you have a bigger downstairs, potentially a bigger yard too. So there's pros to having all bedrooms upstairs, but different markets have different trends. So when you're buying, think about the things that are important to you. And if I explain to you the pros and the cons, and you weigh them out, and you look at the comparable properties, and you decide, okay, I'm aware of these potential deficiencies in the future that maybe other people won't like, but I love the home, or it's priced well, I want to get it. Okay, great. Then you're properly informed and you can make that decision, right? And it's not like, Jackie, why didn't you tell me that this wouldn't be favorable? Why didn't you tell me? Oh my goodness. Hi, baby. Why didn't you tell me this would have happened when I bought it? And so I do tell them, so that when the time comes, Lord willing, I sell their home, we sell it, and we already knew what we had, right, from the beginning. Now, when you're buying a home, there's going to be deficiencies, okay? There's going to be caulking that needs to be done. Flashing on the roof is called out all the time because supposedly they want the flashing on the outside of the shingle instead of underneath the shingle. And a lot of the builders here have the flashing underneath the shingle. So flashing, electrical outlets, are they GFI protected? Are they grounded? What is your electric panel too dated? Is it hazardous potentially? Is it too old? Does it need to be brought up to code? How are the appliances working? How the water heater age is, the dishwasher, all that jazz, right? It doesn't mean you have to cancel a deal, but there are some times where you just get the feeling that it's going to be a money pit. I tell people, stick with that feeling, stick with your gut. It's better not to force something when you see a lot of red flags. It's kind of like having bad relationships. If you have a friend that you have fun with, but that friend is always negative and toxic and always getting you into trouble, then you got to reevaluate that friend. Like, I probably shouldn't spend time with this friend. They're always getting us into trouble, right? So you don't want to have a money pit. You don't want that blessing to become a burden. So don't be emotionally attached to the house. See it for what it is. It's better to walk away now than to buy it and then deal with all the issues and then keep flushing money down the drain and then have to sell it anyway. That's much more costly. So that's the simplicity of this message today. Take a step back, watch everything like a fly on the wall, get the information. You're just learning about real estate. You're not emotionally attached to it, and then make a clear-headed decision. Okay. I also worked with a buyer recently, and we finally escrowed on a house that was a great house, and priced compared to the other homes. It was priced better than the other homes, and it had more to offer than the other homes and had better space than the other homes. But we did pay a premium for it, over asking a little bit and stuff, because we recognized that if we didn't secure this home, we'd be spending another $15,000 on another home that didn't have a lot of the features that this home had, right? So even though we spent more than we could, it was still $15,000 less than our comparable properties that offered less, right? So we just realized, you know what? I'll pay maybe $5,000 more on this one than to pay $15,000 more on a comparable one, right? So anyway, that's it. I've got to get on the road. I hope you have a blessed day. You know where to find us. Jaci-O.